Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I'm Bo Oliver, joined here today with Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and we are here to review the final season of Attack on Titan, episodes 17, 18, and 19, the first three of the second part of the final season. Rumors that this might end in a movie, actually, so that'll be fun to speculate weeks ahead. But Aaron, thanks for joining me. What are your thoughts, your early thoughts on this part two, the final season of Attack?
I'm really enjoying it so far. It's weird because, I read the manga after the first half of the season because I just didn't want to wait. Turns out I don't remember anything. I remember the big parts, but I'm watching a lot of this. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on right now. And it's kind of cool because I'm kind of experiencing it again. And once things start to play out, I'm like, okay, yeah, I vaguely do remember what's going on here. But actually, that's a good thing because I don't have to worry about accidentally spoiling too much.
Yeah, no, definitely. It definitely feels like I'm experiencing deja vu as I watch it. Yeah. I even went back and reread some of the earlier chapters from the manga and thought, oh, okay, they are following it. There are rumors that they may change the ending, but like I said, that's something we could speculate on in the weeks ahead. But yeah, I've enjoyed these first three episodes. I thought, I'll just call it episode 3 for now, was the best.
Yeah.
And it's been on an upward trajectory, but I thought all the stuff that we got between Eren, Zeke, Ymir, obviously, spoilers, we're moving ahead here, so spoilers for all the episodes. But that stuff was very trippy, it was very surreal. Like I said, I've read the manga now, I've watched the show, and I still have no idea what's going on with this lore. With the vow that you can't fight if you've got the royal blood, but Eren's also kind of got royal blood because of, his dad married the royal, so Zeke's got the royal. It's a lot, but they do a good job of not overwhelming me, I think. I think they keep it simple enough where if I don't latch on to every single detail, I'm still kind of enjoying the moments, you know?
Right, yeah, definitely. I agree. And yeah, I think definitely like this opening kind of battle has been pretty great to follow so far. I think it's another problem with reading, whether I read a comic or manga, I just like speed read. I don't intentionally do it. I just like read through it so fast and I don't really retain much. And I think that's my problem with calling back. More importantly though, what's your thoughts on the intro music for this season?
I like the intro, yeah. I thought it's an intro that gets me excited, gets me ready to go. Is it better than the one from last season? I think it might be.
Yeah, it brings me back to like my high school like Screamo phase. Did you have one of those?
I didn't, but I remember your phase, yeah. I remember the friend group's phase. I stayed out of it.
It was interesting. I was going to like fucking concerts and everything.
I watched from a distance.
It was a great time in my life. But yeah, jumping right back into it, like you said, there's just so much, I feel like, with the lore and everything, and they're trying to establish, and it's just really interesting to see it play out, especially with these characters from where we've met them until into where they are now, especially with Eren. And I think, like, as much as, like, I have my problems with Eren, I never have a problem with the character itself because he's a very interesting character, and the struggles he has and his way of thinking about things and his outlook on this life is just really interesting. And we see at the end here of episode 3 that he tells Zeke that he wouldn't go through with the euthanasia plan. And I think that, like, when you look at the situation from the outside looking in, I think it's hard to see like what the right answer is and the best way to go about it is. And I think that's what makes this so intriguing.
Yeah, and that's something that his true beliefs are revealed in episode 3, but even before that, we have the moments where Armin, Mikasa, Jean, and Connie all make the decision to help Eren after being imprisoned by the Jaegerists because they're desperate, there's so much chaos in the world of Attack on Titan. So Eren sees this as a Marley attack, but really it's an unsanctioned attack from Magath and Reiner just trying to save Falco, really. So it's Marley, but it's not really Marley because they're doing it without any orders. So yeah, they have to fight for Eren after being fucked over by Eren. But Armin, I was disappointed in the first 16 episodes that he didn't really think through a lot of problems, and that's the best part of Armin's character is he's a thinker. So for him to be able to make sense of this, to hear on Young Capone's pleas and say, yeah, obviously, going back to when we first met, I could see you wouldn't support this plan. So I thought that was interesting. And the stuff with Mikasa, that infamous scene at the table last season broke so many people's hearts, broke her heart as well. That's been an interesting wrinkle, I think, in that dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Armin, like, he's willing to give the benefit of the doubt so much, and he's trying to, like, I guess, justify Eren's actions, because, I mean, we've seen all they've been through, and it's really hard for him to be convinced that he's doing anything that's going to harm, ultimately, them, and, that's going to be an interesting dynamic going forward. But yeah, it is nice to see them all kind of on the same side again. You know, they're working kind of towards the same goal, even though their goals might be different here. And especially since they probably don't really know what it is exactly that they're fighting for or helping Eren try to do, because I don't think even Eren knows what he's trying. Well, he knows what he's trying to do, but he's too damn vague, and they won't really come out and say it. So, but I really did enjoy just the action sequences. That's something that you miss when reading a manga, because I feel like that's more so than just the dialogue. That's something that I personally go by pretty fast, because it is just still images after still images. But when you can see them actually be played out, it brings a different level to it. And I thought those are all very well done. And especially, I mean, the Armored Titan and Eren now is just a fucking huge rivalry. It's right there with Levi and the Beast. And to see them go at it again, using the different powers Eren has accumulated within the fights, I thought was just very well presented.
Yeah, using the power of the Warhammer Titan. Going 2-on-1 here, so he's going against Reiner and Galliard. So, yeah, I mean, the Titans, just what the Titans are has always been so cool and so fun to watch. They're different powers. They're like Transformers, but biological. They're made of flesh, so they've got all this disgusting blood, and they're all just ugly as absolute shit. But I like when...
Lady Titan's pretty cute.
Lady Titan was cute. Yeah, hey, we might see her, right? Mm-hmm. There's, well, actually, let's just move on. Yeah. And I love when humans are able to scrap with the Titans. So you have Magath on the back of Peak, the cart Titan, just being...
I miss Peak.
Love Peak. Peak supremacy. I'm rooting for her at all times. So he's shooting the anti-Titan cannon. So even when Zeke does come, and that's the cliffhanger for episode 1, where he has the line, I'm going to take it from here, little brother, he gets fucking clapped in the back of the neck. But those fastballs, man, it's still scarred in my memory what he did to
I would
Erwin's
take him
troops.
so deep. It'd be ridiculous.
What? You would take the Beast Titan so deep? Interesting.
Okay. I'll go yard on him.
You would literally be blown into atoms. Your entire existence would be
crank one 500 feet, bat flip, jog around the bases very slowly, pimp the shit out of that Homer.
Well, he was definitely juicing, so yeah, the Beast Titan. Well, they're all juicing basically. It's just one juice thing that they inject in themselves.
True.
That's still terrifying. He comes in, makes it a bit more even, but he is just such a problem. You know, it's not only that he's huge and strong, but he can move. He's got monkey feet. Those monkey feet are fucking valuable, man. Opening doors. Big doors, I guess, right?
Well, if anyone knows, it's me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's always climbing the wall. Just walk right through the middle. But that was really fun to watch. And the action gets, I think, even better in episode 2. You know, there's just so much history between Reiner and Eren. So it's different from when Eren had to fight Annie for the first time. You're just going to get waxed. These are two fighters who know how to fight, who hate each other, who are on complete different opposite sides. So it makes it an emotional mess.
Well, even Reiner pleaded with Eren just to stop this. Like, I think Reiner has been a very underrated character.
Seriously.
Throughout the series. I think he's been fantastic. And it's sad. See, he just wants to, die. For the past 2 seasons, he just wants to die. And even at the end when Falco gets turned into a Titan and he's just ready to take the armor off his nape and accept his death. He's just a very tragic character, and just all the ups and downs. And that's what's so good about the show is when you learn that he is the Armored Titan, right? And then you find out more about his past and morally and why he's doing this, and you get really into who he is as a person. It's tragic, and I think that's all for pretty much every character in this show.
Yeah, just even hearing him say, "This is it. I can finally give up the Titan power." It's sad, but he's still such a hero. You know, at the end of the day, last season he heard the screams of Gabby and Falco, and that's what snaps him back into it. So he still has something to fight for. And I think that, that contributes to why he's such a great character. And what they're trying to stop here is total world devastation, because what Eren and Zeke are trying to do, they're trying to give everybody a taste of the rumbling. So it's not even only about saving Falco. It becomes, let's just not, I don't want to see this play out, Mm-hmm. And it's always so great, when two characters have to come together, they have to make contact, so we have to desperately stop them from touching. It's a great, simple storyline for great action and battles, The Jaegers were getting fucked up by those Marley soldiers, though, man.
Well, they have guns.
They have guns.
Don't bring ODM gear to a gunfight.
No, unless you have Mikasa
Yeah.
or Levi.
True.
Well, we didn't even talk about the opening scene between Hanji and Levi, you know, trying to lie about if he survived or not, saying that he died, you know, keep him under wraps. Quick glance at them, and then obviously
He's looked
Yelena.
better, but
No, yeah, he's had better days.
yeah.
And Yelena uses that to manipulate Armin and Mikasa. Still the creepiest woman on the face of the earth, you know? I just want her to lose, you know? Because she's so invested in the Jaegerists. This is her entire life.
Yeah, I mean,
So when she's overlooking Armin, when he gives the whole plan about what's happening,
dude, that's so funny.
she's a fucking creeper, man. Absolute creeper.
And going to like Falco and Gabby, I think Gabby's another character who it's like
It's a 360 since last season.
yeah, because the reason why like I wasn't like super, I didn't really like Gabby so much because she reminded me a lot of Eren, and just that overwhelming enthusiasm for what they think is right, and almost stubborn at times. But I think definitely since then she has become like another character that once you get to know more about and get into their past, that you like more and more. And her and Falco's friendship is just so sweet. And
Right, and we're watching her in real time get over her brainwashing that she's had to live with in Marley, seeing these people as devils, and the pleas, not the pleas, but overhearing Sasha's sister say, I wish we could kill this girl, that she just made the problem worse. She didn't do anything to fix it, and then obviously she feels bad because Falco's been on point since the very beginning about how she's making a lot of bad decisions. So yeah, no, it's been a full 360 for that character where she's not now a hero. And it's not that she wasn't a hero in the past, she was just lost. So fans were frustrated with her because she was picking off characters that we actually knew.
Well, yeah, and it's
Who's
like
this new guy?
It's like, a show where a character takes the head off of your protagonist, and you're like, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing how they can do that, right?
And it's like, wait, like usually
if you told fans 2 years ago that this new character that you barely know is going to decapitate the hero,
and it's like you get
how's
it.
that going to work?
I'm like, oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Good work, Abby.
Well, when I first read that was a shocking moment. Obviously, his head comes off, so in the moment you're thinking, is this the end? And you're like, well, they could probably still make some contact here. They get it in within 7 seconds. They say you're like alive for 7 seconds, right? After you get decapitated.
I think those are chickens.
Chickens?
They run around without their head off.
Well, chickens, human beings, you look at the DNA, it's not as much as a banana. I love that when something bad happens to a character and the next scene is a flashback, right? That's going to be very important for the scene that's going to follow the scene that picks up in the present timeline. So we see between Zeke and Eren, and it's such an emotional moment for Zeke, right? This is a man who's never felt comfortable with any of his comrades because of all the damage that his dad did to him. It was only Mr. Saver, really, that he ever had. So now he tosses Eren the baseball. It's the first family member he's had in...
Eren.
Right, fucking idiot. Well, he's all banged up. He's pretending to be banged up. And he's finally got his brother on his side, doesn't want to make contact because they don't want to do it just yet. And then classic anime, I never supported this stupid plan. I've beaten you. And then Zeke's like, well, I anticipated that, and I've beaten you. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But like I said, visually, I think that sequence, when it goes to the flashback and then it picks up back into the present day and the sound cuts off and you're seeing all the flashes and all the different images.
No, I thought that was very well presented. And what do you call that land where everything converges?
The paths, I think he
where
referred
the paths converge.
Yeah.
All that stuff is just like, it just takes you to a different place while watching it. Because obviously you have the battles and everything going on. But like, you don't really know what's going on. You don't know what rules exist when you're in that place, or what rules carry over into the real world, and what they're talking about just has so much implications, and you're trying not to miss a word. Like that for me is like when it broke off and that scene came on at the end, that just, I think, takes it to a different level where it's just a different viewing experience.
Yeah, I just want to make a snow angel in that sand. I don't know why that sand looks like something I want to lay in. It just looks really nice. I feel bad for Ymir. Her calves are probably so sore. All she does is just walk around waiting to be bossed around by Eldians. But yeah, no, hit him with the okie doke. Had the chains on, and then nope, now you've got the chains on, idiot. So I imagine that this is not the end of them one-upping each other. I imagine Eren's got something in the cards here. But Zeke is, you talked about Reiner being such a complex character. Zeke is just an absolute mess, and it's so hard to read him because when he's being emotional and he's crying like he's been betrayed, you almost feel bad for him, and then he snaps right back into sociopathic, stone cold look on his face. He feels like he should be Eren's father, almost. Like, I'm the one who should be influencing you, We've had so many people influencing us. Why not I do it for a change?
He is so disillusioned with his own father that he wants to be the opposite for Eren. And, like, it's hard. This is what makes this show so good. Like, it's hard to, like, fully disagree or fully be against somebody because of their actions. Because when you hear why they believe in what they are doing, they are convinced. And they are convincing. You can't tell me that, like, obviously, if I was in this situation, maybe I'd go about it differently, but, like, they are dead set on their beliefs, and they honestly believe what they're doing is the best thing to do. So it's hard to be like, well, to criticize somebody for actually doing what they feel is needed to reach this goal.
Right, and it's years of abuse, being treated like a prisoner in your home country of Marley, being abused by your own parents, having these ideas put in your head by a new person, that it's just sad that this is the conclusion that he has to come to. Obviously, from the outside looking in, it seems so barbaric to do this to a group of people who have already been persecuted for decades.
Yeah.
But he sees it as a release. So like I said, it's disturbing, and he really thought he had Eren there for a second. But
even Eren, like, when he says, like, something along the lines of, like, basically, like, wishing he was never born and things like that. And he is very convincing when he talks about things like that. And obviously we know that he has maybe a different idea going forward, but I think there is still a lot of truth in that. Because the world they are born into is fucking hell. Now, is it the easy way is to make sure that happens to nobody ever again, or to fix it? But the problem is, how do you fix it without causing absolute fucking chaos?
Right, which isn't an idea that I dislike, and I think we're seeing in a lot of stories these days that changing it from the inside or reform, it doesn't always work. Maybe sometimes it never works, and that the best way to do it is just to bring it all down and rebuild. And that's what it seems that, that's part of their plan, both of their plans, because for Zeke, it's more so let's just remove the Eldians off the chessboard. Like I said, it's, genocide against your own people, and it's very disturbing. But even if you do that, the world is going to find a new Eldians. The world always finds a group of people to persecute, to blame the world's problems on. So you're not eliminating
right. Doesn't Eren say it's a cycle?
Yeah, right, exactly. And the world, it's a big fucking world. I mean, they barely mention it, but Marley is like an imperialist military superpower that's been gobbling up countries. So it's not like they're the good guys here.
What if Zeke doesn't want Eldians to have children anymore, just as a way so he doesn't have to wear condoms?
It all goes back to that.
Yeah.
He's got that hippie look, though. So I could see him being a hippie mastermind, Yeah. It's just all about him wanting to have raw sex. Well, you talk to some manga readers. Maybe that's the ending they're going to change in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the route they're going to go. What did you think about the moment where he does unleash the scream? See, that's to my point previously. You think that you're breaking through to him. Falco's here, he's a kid, just wait until we get out of town. And Zeke gives this whole speech about, now I know how you feel, I have a brother now, but
damn, that sucks. Anyway.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. Just throw up, Falco. Just put your fucking finger in your mouth and throw up. Get that shit out of your blood. That should work, right? Poor kid. Yeah. But even like, they free Pixies, who's one of my absolute favorites. If they ever did a live action of this, I want J.K. Simmons to play Pixies. Just a random thought. But he gets turned into a Titan. I thought visually, like you said, you're reading a manga, it's all still images, and even though it's beautifully drawn, it's never going to have that same effect of watching it in motion, man, because they do such a good job animating it. So when the scream happens and you see all those, streams of light going into the air, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
These people just got titanized.
It always is. I mean, even back from with Zeke and Levi in the forest, like anytime that happens, it's just like a crazy fucking moment. And the fact that like he has just complete control over it, it just makes it scary because they are at his will.
Right. The Titans he will command them.
Yeah. So
yeah. With the beast screech, right? That's one of his abilities.
Okay. Yeah. He's got like the best powers.
Well, the founding Titan can do that as well. So they've got two control towers, just two mobile control towers that can murder you. Yeah, they've got some weapons here. Obviously, there's some disconnect, so we'll see how it's only going to get fucking crazier from here.
But yeah, I mean, with Zeke's royal blood, too, now he can command that, like, he broke the vow of, like, no war.
Yeah, how the fuck did he do that? Who knows?
Did the chain trick again.
Chain trick, yeah. One of those anime things. And our boy Falco is turned into a Titan, which was funny. It's always funny to see what they look like as Titans. You know, they always look so goofy. But yeah, he's got that moment where he's gonna take the armored Titan from Reiner. And it's not only because he's like this, he's this thoughtless Titan in the moment, but it's something that he always wanted to do to save Gabby. So it's poetic in a way, but sad for Reiner because once again he's accepting death. He's like, oh yeah, hit me with it, baby.
That's worse.
I know, yeah.
Like all these times, like, here it is, baby.
Yeah, it's bad. And then once fucking Porco comes out of nowhere, it's like, no, I must make up for my mistakes of all your suffering by making you suffer more.
No, this is cool.
No, this is fine, Porco. I forgive you.
I'm good with this.
Yeah. So now Falco's obviously going to have a Titan power, but yeah, it's sad for Porco, right? He was running around. He had the jaw Titan. Almost got his shit fucking snapped by Eren, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's a better way to go out this way.
I guess like helping somebody.
But it's cool. They're setting up characters. Obviously, they're setting up Falco with a new ability. There are some abilities that other characters haven't really used yet. Like, obviously we saw the flashback with Armin using his colossal Titan power, but we haven't seen that in quite some time.
Yeah, at any moment can just turn into a nuclear
weapon. Yeah. You think that's valuable, right? So when they reunite with Eren, it's gonna be an interesting conversation when they get back into the real world, when they're not on the dimensions of the paths and shit like that. And I feel bad for Mikasa leaving behind the scarf. She's, Eren planted this idea in her head that she doesn't have her own free will. So I'm anticipating what her character is going to do. How is she going to break under the Eren spell, so to speak? What moves is she going to make? What crucial decisions will she have to make?
Yeah, in a way, it's like, when that first happens, it's like, okay, because I think, as much as I love Mikasa, I always just found it annoying how much she would do anything for Eren. It's like, focus on yourself, girl. But,
right, this may be good for her character, in terms of her development, just as an overall character by the end of the series.
But then it, like, kind of, that's what Eren says, is true, let's just say, then it kind of makes sense why she would be that way. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, I think that, because even when Armin was like basically seeing if everyone's down, like even Mikasa, like her thought process probably just like, am I doing this because I want to, or because I have this fucking I'm spellbound to Eren?
Even when he did say it, a lot of fans were saying, okay, this sounds like bullshit. This doesn't even seem like a real thing. It just happens that both of the Ackermans are, very dutiful when it comes to following orders, and they're very loyal. I don't think that's a bad thing. But Mikasa, because like you said, she'd always do everything for Eren. It's very easy for him to manipulate her. Yes, and the classic, stay away from me.
Right.
To protect yourself could be something like that.
Arya throwing rocks at Nymeria.
Yeah, exactly. Because even Eren now revealing, I never supported the euthanasia plan. Euthanasia plan. So what else doesn't he support? What else was he misleading people about? If he's misleading Zeke, we can very much believe that he's been obviously misleading his friends. But that's something that could have been a lie. We will see. Is there anything else you want to talk about these first 3 episodes? Like you said, the action's been really great.
Let's talk about Connie for 20 minutes.
Connie?
Yeah.
He needs to chill the fuck out.
Let's give him a good 20.
It's funny because he's just as emotional as Eren, but he's just not the main character. It's just not your story, bro. It's a very similar personality, but
I just like the meme of him crying and laughing. You see that one?
No, I don't think I have.
I'll show it to you.
But I like the idea of it.
Finding memes is a hard thing to do because you save them.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one. That's a great one.
Connie, what is...
Flock, right?
Yeah, Flock.
He, at the beginning, he got so distracted by the beast that Hanji and Levi just fucking dipped out of there. You get the fuck out of here before we get caught in this. Well, Levi never drank the wine. He doesn't drink on the job. And Hanji, I'm pretty sure she didn't drink the wine as well.
No.
So, they wouldn't have turned into Titans. Yeah, I know fans just can't wait to see them just get back in the action. You know, what the hell are they going to do? Levi, obviously, it doesn't look like he's going to do too much, but Hanji's the G. These next 3 episodes, that's going to be our next review, because we're just going to go 20, 21, and 22, are going to be just awesome.
Yeah.
Fans are in for such a treat
this
here.
Whole season, really. It's just going to be, it's really nonstop. How many episodes is it supposed to be?
I think it's going to be another full 16. So
okay.
We're going to have final 32 here. And like I said, there have been rumors about a movie.
Even like last season, people were talking about like there's no way they could finish it in what they were given. And obviously they split it up into 2 parts. Even now, thinking about 13 more episodes, it would make sense maybe if there is like a feature at the end, because we're getting to it.
Yeah, and you know, like when it comes to the budget, Attack on Titan has always looked good. But it was the same thing with Demon Slayer. People always said, how is this a TV budget? And then the movie came out and it was like, oh, damn, there is a difference here, even if your animation could be really good on television. It's just time. You know, you just have more time to make it look prettier.
Right.
So, and I think that it would do very well at the box office. These movies kill in Japan. Mm-hmm. And then they do really good.
Demon Slayer did well at the box office.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what My Hero World
I'm pretty sure it's the
Missions
highest grossing Japanese movie ever, maybe. I think it passed Your Name and Spirited Away. And, you know, for us, it just, living in New York, we always get access to these movies. But I always feel bad for the, you know, the fans who are living in places that don't have these theaters that carry these movies, because they never get wide releases in the West. So it kind of sucks, but I'm sure they'll put it out on Netflix or one of those streaming services. And as for, I think in the weeks ahead, we'll talk about, you know, as we get closer to the ending, if a change is something we would want to see, or, you know, we could let people know if a change is coming based on what they do. For now, it's only rumors, but I'll tell you what, it was rumored for a long time they were going to do a part 2 with no official announcements, and then it happened. So we'll see.
And like I said, I don't remember. So if anything does changes, I would be like, oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like
be completely different. I remember reading this in the manga.
I think it's more so like if It's if key stuff doesn't happen would be the things I'm looking out for, you know.
Definitely.
Because that will give me the, like you said, it's tough to remember. It's been a year, and I was so excited while reading it just to get to the end.
Right, same thing with me.
And the action, it's so easy to just brush past it, because it's like, oh, that's cool. I can't wait to see this when it actually happens. But we will be back in a few weeks to talk about Attack on Titan. We may bring in Andres for those, or maybe Teddy will catch up. Probably not. I'm gonna send him on Ozark. I'm gonna put him on the Ozark watch list.
I haven't watched Ozark. I started, but I never finished.
It's good, man.
I know.
It gets better. First 2 seasons are okay. Season 3 was...
My problem is I'll watch something, I'll like it, but once there's a gap, and I kind of forget what happened, I'm like, eh.
Dude, that happens to me a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a lot of people saying that happened with Westworld, Season 1 to Season 2.
I should get our memories checked.
Well, we got to push out the old stuff for the new stuff, you know? We can't navigate anymore, but we can be depressed. All right, guys, see you in a couple weeks.
Yep. Damn. We were making some good points in that video. Hey guys, Aaron and Nerd Soup Monkey here. Before we end this video, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon supporters. What can I say about you guys that I haven't already said about myself? You are the most important part of the channel and the main reason we keep going strong. Like Bo says, you keep the lights on in the fridge, so the fridge is full. Or something like that. So, from everyone here at Nerd Soup, I'd like to thank you guys for your continued support. If you're interested in joining the ranks of our Patreon supporters, head over to patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out the rewards we offer to our patrons. We recently dropped some new stickers for you guys to check out, or you could choose a tier that will allow you to select a movie, show, or video game for us to review. We've got a full slate of fan-suggested reviews coming your way, and we're really excited about the chance to review some of those movies and shows. We've also got t-shirts, mugs, behind-the-scenes videos showing how we bring our videos to life. And once again, thank you to all our Patreon pledgers who have been supporting us throughout the years. Without you, we wouldn't be able to convert all your pledges into cryptocurrency, so thank you from my future self for making us rich.